Here's something interesting. We've been covering, along with Brad Friedman at the BradBlog and a few other independent media outlets, the connection between Bain Capital and Tag Romney with some of the Hart Intercivic voting machines. You remember this story, Lewis. We've been talking about it for a while.
Yeah.
ThinkProgress, which is actually a great website. We use ThinkProgress as a source for a number of different stories on the show. We consider them really to be kind of on our side. ThinkProgress put out a blog post. I don't know if I want to call it a smear, but it's definitely very critical of the BradBlog, and it actually embeds our video in the article where we talk about the concerns that the Bain and Tag Romney involvement in the voting machines is there. And they're calling it a conspiracy theory. ThinkProgress is going on and on saying that basically there is no reason for concern here. There is no evidence that Tag Romney is involved in changing ballots, et cetera, et cetera. And it actually says, there's actually a line here which says, dwelling on the possibility that a company tangentially related to the Romney family may tamper with their own product distracts from the very real and far more insidious ways that conservatives are trying to manipulate the election. For example, the voter registration firm, blah, 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 hot fabricating reports. I take issue with this, and Brad Friedman was on Tom Hartman's The Big Picture show on RT last night, and he said the same thing, which is, we're not specifically saying that Tag Romney has already done something. What we're saying is that the fact that of all the millions and millions and millions of people that are involved in politics and private equity and manufacturing machines and all these different things, the fact that a candidate's former employer and son have connections to voting machines, that alone is a problem. We shouldn't even have that. We don't need to say Tag Romney was sitting there with a screwdriver messing with the voting machines. We don't need to get to that point. And I'm a little bit disturbed that ThinkProgress is trying to dismiss this as a conspiracy theory.
Yeah, the connection is there. It's all the evidence is out there. And to not bring this up, to not even say that this should be looked into further or this should be brought to the attention of the American people would be completely irresponsible.
The counterexample is, imagine if, I don't know, Barack Obama's Pakistani roommate from when he lived in New York, I think, for a couple of years, was connected to the voting machines in the same way. Do you think this wouldn't be all over corporate news, Natan?
It would be, and just to underscore the point that both of you are making, you know, the point here is to just point out that the election system, the electoral process in terms of voting, should be totally separated from special interests. It's just a very basic point. It's not about a conspiracy theory where we're pointing fingers and saying there is going to be fraud. It's not about fraud. It's about the possibility of fraud and about eliminating that.
I'm very surprised that ThinkProgress has taken this line. Lewis hosts and produces the bonus show. Okay, now to get the bonus show, you have to become a David Pakman Show member. It takes seconds. It costs pennies a month. Pennies a day, rather. Excuse me, Lewis. DavidPakman.com/membership. I'm going to actually tell a story on today's bonus show, which is kind of an embarrassing story. An incident that I had at a movie theater recently. And, well,
not really recently.
It depends on what recently means, but certainly in the modern era of the David Pakman Show. Or maybe not. But it's a story that is quite embarrassing that happened to me at a movie theater. Lewis was there. I'll talk about that on the bonus show and plenty of other stuff. So sign up at davidpakman.com/membership. Stay tuned. Plenty more after the break.
The David Pakman Show at davidpakman.com.